try to prove them all
Artlist.io.
wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's
Music
strange, and I see the
licensing
future, but you profit
reimagined.
here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma
Artlist.io.
always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope a closing ride. Cause they know I go again. And when they in a drought, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team, they ready to go again.
Music
Running in the us, so
licensing
glad you say you want
reimagined.
it. We don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look,
Artlist.io.
I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I'm winning again and again and again, and it's all on repeat. I'ma just sit at the top 'cause I'm running it, dog. On me, I don't know defeat. Had to get back on the phone. I told them don't play with my name 'cause I know that it rings. They want my spot at the top with the crown and they
Music
act like the rock
licensing
that I tell them to
reimagined.
spin. I'ma always win.
Good evening. From the Channel 9 studio, this is Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am Mr. 33. That song is suitable for the night because we see some things happen on this Sunday night or this Sunday, week 12 of the NFL season. So we are going to start right where the night ended for a lot of us in Los Angeles, as we simply going to recap what happened in Tampa Bay, LA, as the Los Angeles Rams defeats uh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 34-7. This game was not close, as you can see by the scores and the stats. Nowhere near close at all. Not a good day for the Tampa Bay Bucks. As we can see, we're going to start with the winning quarterback, Matthew Stafford, 25-35, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not much of a running game. Kyron Williams had 46 yards on just 12 carries. Puka Nacua led everybody with the receptions and yards. Devontae with 2 touchdowns. One was even a little bit further than goal line situation. But this was just pure domination by the Rams all around, as they held the Bucks to just over 100 yards. Baker Mayfield was injured in the game, or he was taken out. I think he was injured. I don't know what the specifics is, but he was 9-19 before leaving. 2 interceptions and a touchdown. They might have just sat him because this game was over pretty much as it was. Teddy Bridgewater was only 8 of 15 for 62 yards. Like I said, there's nothing really to write home about. As the Rams are now 9-2. They're 9-2, and they are atop of the NFC. Well, according to the records, they're top of the NFC. As if we go to we go across not across the country. We're gonna go down to Texas, where the Philadelphia Eagles went to play the Dallas Cowboys. And if you saw this game, you know this game was different. It was 21-0 Philadelphia in the second quarter. Late drive by the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott at the end of the half made it 21-7. And then they scored another 17 unanswered after that 7 points to gain a victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, 24-21. I know the chef liked that score, but it's okay, right? Because they did a hell of a job. They left them with a goose egg in the second half. Uh, let's go ahead and check these stats. We're gonna start with the Cowboys because they did win. Dak Prescott, 23 of 36, 354 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. Javonte Williams led the team with 87 yards rushing on 20 carries. George Pickens had an enormous day. 9 receptions for 146 yards. He caught all his targets. CD had a bad day. He dropped a couple passes, but he had 4 receptions for 75 yards. And for them Eagles, well, I'd say this. There's going to be some chirping going on in that locker room because this is what happened. Jalen Hurts was 27 of 39, 289 yards, a touchdown. Saquon, another quiet day as he ran the ball 10 times for 22 yards. Jalen Hurts led the team with 33 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, you wanted your numbers. 8 receptions, 110 yards, a touchdown. 10 targets, 8 receptions. Devontae Smith was right behind him with 89. But you see the results of this game. The results is the Philadelphia Eagles 21, the Dallas Cowboys 24. With this win, they still remain in first place at 8-3, and the Cowboys go to 5-1. They have a slim chance of making the playoff. They still in it mathematically. You can't count them out per se. Big win for the Cowboys as they head to Turkey Day. Who they playing this Thursday? Oh, they play Kansas City Thursday. Turkey Day. Chiefs and Cowboys. Philly next game is Black Friday against the 8-3 Eagles. The 8-3 Bears. And speaking of those Bears, let's go to Chicago. Hey, what happened here? I'm coming. As we go to Chicago, we see the Chicago Bears with a victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, 31-28. Aaron Rodgers did not play in this game as he has an injury to his left wrist. We'll see if he come back next week. But this is another win by the Bears. Good win. We're going to start with Caleb Williams first. He was only 19 of 35 for 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, but no turnover, no interceptions rather. Let's say that. No interception. DJ Moore had 5 receptions for 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Monaghan led the team with 48 rushing yards on 12 carries. For the Steelers, Mason Rudolph was 24 of 31, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, an interception. Kenneth Gainwell had 92 rushing yards. Plus, he had led the team with 6 receptions for 36 receptions is the team lead, 30 yards. But that was on Calvin Austin. I think they gave Frymouth a touchdown pass. I know DK Metcalf did not have a touchdown. That was a rush. But yeah. So with that win, the Bears go to 8-3. Right? Are they still? Yeah, they're 8-3. Pittsburgh with the loss goes 6-5. And now here's the funny part. The reason why the song started "I'ma Always Win" is because that team in Baltimore, we had put them off for dead. We have done all of those things possible, right? We did all of that, and with they played the New York Jets, my Jets. Of course, they was gonna win. The score was 23-10. Not too much to really write about as far as the offense. As you can see, Lamar Jackson was 13 of 23, 153 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions. Derrick Henry only had 64 yards with 21 carries, but the defense held him down. Zay Flowers led the team, 5 receptions for 58 yards. Like I said, ain't nothing really happening. Mark Andrews rushed the ball for 2 touchdowns. Must have been the tight end tush push. All right, I'll show the Jets. I don't even know why, but Tyrod Taylor didn't have a bad day. He was 17 to 28, 222 yards, a touchdown interception. Brees Hall had 44 rushing yards and 16 carries. He also led the team with 75 receiving yards, but John Mechie uh, had 66 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown. So with this win, and I'm going to show y'all over here, with this win, as you can see in your right-hand corner, the Baltimore Ravens are tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and because they must have beat the Steelers already, they are in first place in the NFC North, which was something that we all did not think about when they were whatever their record was, 1-5, 2-5, when they was at the bottom of this list. Nobody gave them much of a chance. We saying it's done, it's over. Lamar Jackson got healthy. This team, all they did was come back and win these games. So a big win for the Baltimore Ravens. A bad loss for the Pittsburgh Steelers today. Will the momentum keep going? Who the Ravens playing next? Let's see. The Ravens play Cincinnati. And on Thursday night, they will be in Cincinnati. We don't know if Joe Burrow is going to play that game, but we know that this game is going to be huge going forward. They're 6-5. They got 6 more games to go. It's a lot going on. I'm trying to tell you, but let's go on with some more scores and stats. In Indy, no, excuse me, in Kansas City, tight game. Kansas City with a 23-20 victory in overtime. As this was more about the Colts having a 11-point lead in the game, but Kansas City came back in the fourth quarter in overtime. I think the offense was like 300 total yards for the Chiefs and like 18 or 20 yards for the Colts in the fourth quarter in overtime. Oh no, they was down by 11. It was 20-9, and Kansas City scored the last 14 unanswered to get the victory. Let's go check out Patrick Mahomes' stats and Daniel Jones. I mean, it really wasn't a bad day for Daniel Jones was 19-31, only 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor was kind of quiet, 16 rushes for 58 yards. Tyler Warren led all. Tyler Warren and Michael Pittman had 5 receptions, but Tyler Warren had 45 yards. Michael Pittman did have a touchdown reception. And for the Chiefs, you got Patrick Mahomes with 29 of 46, 352 yards, no touchdowns and an interception. Kareem Hunt had 104 rushing yards on 30 carries. Rashid Rice had 8 receptions, 141 yards. So with that win, Kansas City, they keep they slim playoff hope alive. They still 6-5. We gotta wait to see what happens tomorrow with the the Panthers. Well, no, we don't. We ain't gotta wait for it. The Jaguars won today, so they're still a game behind, but they clambered up with the Titans and another team. We're gonna see the playoff picture in a minute. But the Colts, they fall to 8-3, which puts them behind Denver and that team in New England. And let's go ahead and look at the Patriots game. As the Patriots were on the road to play the Bengals. And they get out of Cincinnati with a 26-20 victory. I mean that, y'all. Oh, man. Drake May was 22 of 35, 294 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Travion Henderson was 18 carries with 66 yards. It was kind of quiet. This game was kind of quiet, to be honest with you. I don't want to see all that. Oh, man. Hunter Henry had led all receivers with 7 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown. For the Bengals, Joe Flacco was what? Damn, Joe, you look bad. 19 of 37 for 183 yards, 1 touchdown. Chase Brown had over 100 yards rushing the ball with 19 carries, 107 yards. No Jamar Chase, as he was suspended for the incident last week against the Steelers. So it was T. Higgins who led the team with 5 receptions for only 31 yards. Mitch Tinsley was the one that caught the touchdown. So with this win, like I said, the Colts go to 10-2, lead everybody in the division with 10-2. The Bengals go to 3-8. I think I got everybody. So let's go to the rest of the scores of the night or the day of week 12. We got Cleveland 24, Raiders 10. Shedeur Sanders started this game. Well, let's look at his stats, because they're going to talk. Y'all probably hear more about Shedeur tonight or this week anyhow. But he did get his first win. Y'all could judge it for yourselves. What are you doing? I'm going the wrong way. Shedeur Sanders, 11 of 20 for 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Quinshawn Judkins led the team with 47 yards on 16 carries. And Harold Fannin led the team with 4 receptions, but Dylan Sampson led the team with 59 receiving yards and the touchdown pass. I don't know what the hell's going on with I don't know what happened to Geno. I mean, somebody might have to put in a grievance for Geno Smith. Geno Smith was 30 of 44, 285 yards, 1 touchdown. Ashton Jenney he's a good running back, but it's looked like he's just wasting himself over here. 17 carries for 50 yards. Uh, Tyler Lockett had 62 receiving yards, but Ashton Genty had 8 receptions. Brock Bowers played today. He had 6 receptions for 55 yards. Uh, but a good win. All in all, a good win. Shador technically took a few sacks. He did throw an interception. Uh, you know, it's going to be very interesting. The Kevin Stefanski said he ain't talking about who's starting next week. Already he's starting that, so it's going to be very interesting how they go forward with this. But a good win for the Browns. They go to 3-8, and the Raiders go to 2-9. Let's go back to the scores and highlights. Or excuse me, the scores rather. The Falcons 24, the Saints 10 in New Orleans. We did the Bengals, we did the Patriots, we did the Jets, we did the Bears. Wild game in Detroit as Detroit wins in overtime 34-27. They get to 7-4. The Giants go to 2-10. In Tennessee, the Seahawks 30, the Titans 24. The Seahawks go to 8-3. The Titans go to 1-10. So those are all the scores from a busy Sunday, and we still got a game tomorrow as the 49ers will be playing the Panthers, and that's going to be an interesting game because if the Panthers win, I believe they tie the division. We're going to see in a few seconds. Just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, cause you still here? Yes, sir. So here's the playoff pictures as of right now. Nah, straight in the NFC. You got the Rams who are 9-2, jumped into first place today with their win and the Eagles loss. The Bears are right behind the Eagles at 8-3. Tampa still at 6-5. In the NFC South, you see the Seahawks is the first wild card team at 8-3. You got went too far. You got the Packers at 7-3-1. And then you got the 49ers who plays tomorrow against what's the name of his team? The Panthers, who's at 6-5. Now, as we already seen, the Bucks and Panthers have the same record. So if the Panthers happen to win, it'll be swapped. It'll be the Panthers at the 4 seed and the Bucks at 9. How the hell could the Steelers be on the? Oh, the Steelers is on the bubble. I forgot. I was about to say, how could that be possible? But we gonna see why. In the AFC, the Patriots are 10-2. They're a game above the Broncos, who had a bye. The Colts, with their loss, is now a game and a half back, but they are the AFC South leaders. We got the Ravens at 6-5, ahead of the NFC North. So they would be the 4 seed. The Chargers would be the first wild card at 7-4. The Jags would be at 7-4. The 6 seed. Who's the 7 seed? Oh, the Bills would be 7 seed. Wow, at 7-4. That's because of that loss Thursday night. So as you can see, and then you see who's after that: Pittsburgh, Kansas City, the Texans. They all fighting for that final spot. So there's a lot to ride on going to week 13. We know there's going to be 3 games on Turkey Day. And then the Eagles and I believe the Eagles and the Bears play Black Friday. Let's look at the schedule. We go back over here and look at the schedule. Let's go back over here and look at the schedule, y'all. That's this week. Let's go to week 13. So the Thanksgiving days are as follows. The Packers and Lions will play at 1 p.m. in Detroit. The Cowboys will be facing the Chiefs in Dallas at 4:30, and the Bengals and Ravens will play Thursday night football. On Black Friday, we got the Bears heading to Philly to play the Eagles. Oh wow, my bad, y'all. My bad. Realist, what's going on with you? So let me start over because y'all ain't see it. Packers and Lions, Cowboys and Chiefs and Cowboys, and Bengals and Ravens. That'll be Thursday. That'll be Turkey Day. Black Friday is gonna be Bears and Eagles. That'll be for the number 2 spot, obviously, as we just saw the Rams are number 1. And then Sunday we will have all of these games. Uh, Jags at Titans, Falcons at the Jets, Rams and Panthers, Saints and Dolphins, Cardinals versus Tampa Bay, 49ers heading to Cleveland to play the Browns, Texans and Colts. That could be an interesting game. If the Texans win, there'll be a game back. Uh, Minnesota is going to Seattle. That's Sunday, the 4 o'clock game. Bills and Steelers. That's going to be a wow. Uh, Raiders and Chargers. Commanders will be hosting the Broncos. Those are all the Sunday games, and the Monday night the Monday night game will be the Giants versus the Patriots. So as y'all can see, a busy a busy a busy week of football. But Tay, what's up, Nine? How you doing? What's going on? As you can see, these games are getting more impactful. These results are getting close. The playoffs is right around the corner. Just look how fast this season has gone. We was just starting week 1. It felt like last week. That was in September. Now we had Thanksgiving. Get ready to start week 13 with technically 4 more weeks to go. We got a month of regular season football pretty much to go. I think it's 5, but I'm saying 4 because calendar wise, it's a month away. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on as far as the standings and all of those things. And like I said, there's a lot of good football. It's a lot of football left to play. It's incredible. You know what I mean? This is why we keep watching. We stay tuned. We watch these games. My 33 brother, what up though? Yeah, Tay, the Eagles, they in it. They just had a rough loss tonight. You know, they don't like that team with Dallas, but Dallas stole a win from them today. I see Word in there. I know Word don't want to talk about that game because his team they gave him a win. They gave him a victory. I don't know what the hell the Giants thought they was doing at the goal line, not kicking that field goal at 24-21. They should have kicked the field goal, made them go down the field. But hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And in the Lions case, they did what they needed to do to get to overtime and then won the game in overtime. But, like I said, It's better to be lucky than good. Yeah, Dallas won. They beat the Eagles 20, what was it, 24-21. So, it's like I said, we say it all the time, it's any given Sunday. We say that because of the movie, but it's literally any given Sunday, right? If you sit there and watch how the Ravens was at 1-5, and now they all the way up 6-5, and now they in first place of their division when they was just last 6 weeks ago. You you say how? You get those lucky breaks. Your team get healthy. It's about how fast you can get healthy, how fast you can get your team together, and that's what the Ravens did. Now, as you look at the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers didn't play. He had he had something wrong with his left wrist from the game before. He could have played. Well, they said he would probably play. He didn't play, and they had Mason Rudolph, and the Bears caught them at a bad time. The Bears are looking good too. They're leading their division, and I promise you, nobody thought that the Bears were going to be leading their division at this particular time. So you can say the same thing about New England. You can say the same thing about the Broncos. You definitely could say that about the Indianapolis Colts. But that's why you play the game, and a lot of the time, you got to have that confidence in yourself to say, you know what, I'm willing to do this. We can do this. You got my back. I got your back. We're going to go out here, all 53 of us. We're going to go out here and win these games. And we're going to make ourselves look like we big dogs. And that's what some of these teams are doing. Shocking, right? Like I said, the Colts, the Patriots, the Baltimore in recent weeks. It's just amazing. Then you got the Rams. Then you got the Bears. Like all of these teams playing some good football. So it's definitely very interesting as we get down to the final weeks of the season. Uh, y'all keep your eyes glued to the games. You don't know. You might see a team that ain't supposed to be winning. You might see a team that was down in the dumps for the past few weeks come back and have a run and be in the playoffs. You never know. This is not like basketball where you got to play four games out, the best 4 out of 7. It's one game a week, one game elimination in the playoffs. All of these games matter. All of these yards count. Everything counts. If it, you don't take nothing for granted, and that's why football is game it is one of the most popular sport in the country. I know basketball is worldwide, international, but here football is king because you got one game. You got to play your A game every game. That one game, whether it's Thursday, Sunday, Monday night football, you got to bring your best. If you don't bring, if they catch you sleeping, or you think you could beat that team because they got a 1-10 record, they come back and beat you, then you out of position in the playoffs. You, instead of you being the top seed, you could be the 5th seed. You could be playing wild card weekend instead of having a bye to rush your body up and get yourself together for a Super Bowl run. All these games matter. All these games count. So we gonna always stay tuned to these games. Like I said, we got Turkey Day football. We got 3 games coming up. So we got a lot of games. We got 4 games before Sunday. So we gonna be on top of it. We gonna do the predictions. We gonna do all of that uh, earlier in the week because I can't come on Friday. I mean, I will be on Friday, but it'll be 4 games in already. I'll have to talk about wrestling, football, basketball, and all of that. So we'll probably come on tomorrow and maybe do some predictions then, even though we don't have the injury reports yet. But we'll do that. Uh, like I said, tomorrow night. So switching leagues right now, we'll check on the NBA scores. Uh, we'll start from the bottom here. Not too many games tonight. Uh, we'll start in Philadelphia where the Miami Heat's defeat. The Miami Heat defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 127-117. We got in Toronto, The Raptors 119. The Nets 109. I hate when they do that to the Nets. They don't never want to put the Nets record up there. But that's crazy. In Boston, the Celtics 138. The Magic 129. In Atlanta, the Hawks 113. The Charlotte Hornets 110. In Cleveland, the Cavaliers 120. The Clippers 105. In OKC, damn, look at the Thunder, 17-1. Oklahoma City Thunder 122. The Portland Trailblazers 95. In Phoenix, the Suns 111 and the Spurs 102. And in the final game in Utah, the Los Angeles Lakers 108, the Utah Jazz 106. So those are all the games and scores from both leagues, the NFL and the NBA. Like I said, the season's starting there. Well, the season's picking up over there in the league. But, going back to football, it's we seen a few overtime games today. We saw the Lions come back and win in overtime. We saw, oh my God, we saw somebody else go to overtime. Who was that? Hold on, I just caught a fluster. We saw the Cardinals and Jaguars go to overtime, and we saw the Chiefs and the Colts going to overtime. And like I said, for the most part, those games, all of those games, have playoff implication. This is when it's like, hey man, we can't keep slipping. We gotta take these games and win them for granted. I know that the Cowboys are 5-5-1. I think that I told y'all that tie was going to hurt them, but it's going to help the Packers because the Packers are 7. What are they? 7-3-1, and they're in playoff contention because of that tie. Because everybody else got 4 losses. The Lions got 4 losses. The 49ers got 4 losses, right? And because they got that tie, it gives them percentage points, which allows them to be in the playoff position that they're in. Besides, them beating the Lions earlier in the season. So, it's not how you start, it's always how you finish. Like you can start slow, but even in football, even in one game a week, you got 17 weeks to figure it out. Like I said, you can start 0-4 and then turn around and be 11-6. Your consistency, your work ethic, your energy is what's going to get you to the finish line. When you play good football, it's contagious. The offense play good, the defense play good, special team play good, right? When you all on hitting on one cylinder, and then like I said, when you make the playoffs, it's anybody's guess. Not always the team with the best record in the league is going to win the Super Bowl. Sometimes it's a playoff team that just got in there barely and then have a nice run and win the Super Bowl. We've seen the Cowboys, we've seen the Steelers do it, we've seen the Giants do it. Like all those years ago, we've seen it happen. We see it's possible. It's when you play your best football is when you're going to win the chip. It's when you play your best football, you're going to get further along in that playoff. Healthy and well organized and all of those things, all of that matters. It do. It's not, like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So, with that being said and done, that's why we continuously watch. That's why we continue to keep our eye, on certain teams. Like in the NFC North, we got the Bears 8-3, the almost said the Cubs, the Lions 7-4, and Green Bay. They like a game and a half between each other. In the NFC West, you got the 49ers playing good football. You got the Seahawks playing good football. You got the Rams playing good football. They're all 1 and 2 games apart. So, there's not a lot of room for error, right? The Cowboys is holding on to slim hope, right? They 5-5. and won. But they got to catch the 7-4 teams, the Lions, the 49ers, the Packers, and all that. They have to go on a nice little run. I know the chef atmosphere is gonna say they got it in them. They're gonna make it. They're gonna win the next 4 out of 5 or 5 in a row or whatever. That's Dallas. You know, they fans for real. They be delusional fans, but they fans. They rock with their team all the way through. Look, we just beat the Eagles. We're gonna beat everybody. We're gonna beat the Chiefs at home. We're gonna do all of these things. Never mind that the Chiefs is playing for a playoff position. Never mind that the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes has never missed the playoffs. It's crazy enough. We saw them at 5-5, and we calling them this generation's GOAT. We know Tom. I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about 2020 and up. We talking about that this era. We ain't talking about 2020 to 2020 2000 to 2020. We ain't talking about that. We talking about when Patrick Mahomes came in the league and he been to all these AFC championships, all of these Super Bowls. Now we looking at him like, is they even going to make the playoffs? Because right now they're not. They're outside of the playoffs. But you still got 6 more weeks to go. Can they get themselves together? Can they find a place in the playoffs? These are the questions that will your favorite team make it? My team won't make it because my team is the Jets. They gonna mess up and win and be further out of the top draft picks. They'll probably be at number 8, 9 because they want to win games all of a sudden. I know you play to win a game, but what is a game going to do if you win, but move you away from the number 1 spot? You wanted these first round draft picks, you wanted all these things, and now you want to win. So I don't know how that works, but it's just it's mind boggling. We know that people want to win the Super Bowl. We know people want their individual stats, right? We heard AJ Brown all week. I need my numbers up. I need my numbers up. So now your numbers is up. Are we going to hear you complain about it? Are you still going to say we need to do better? They force fed you the ball all day, and it came with a loss. So, it. Sometimes you damned if you do, damned if you don't. I thought if you win a Super Bowl, your value goes up. But I'm just a mere spectator from the Channel 9 studios, just watching things on TV like the rest of us. You know what I mean? So my logic may not be their logic. My idea may not be their idea. So we don't know. But like Herm Edwards said, it's why you play the game. It's why it's why we watch the game. We watch the game because it's intriguing, it's exciting. Anything can happen in that one game. Like I said, we see people throwing for 300 yards. So Jameis Winston had a good game today, but then they ended up losing because they couldn't stop the Lions at the bitter end. So nobody expected that Lions and Giants game to be close. Maybe Word did, but he gonna say, I knew this was gonna happen. But not too many people picked the Giants to win. Just like I know not too many people picked the Eagles to lose today. But they did. And now because of that loss, they're not in first place anymore. Now they looking up to catch the Rams to get that 1 week bye, that extra week off, to get they rosters healthy. Because everybody's gonna play injured, but you want to be at your healthiest going into the playoffs. But if you got to play from wild card weekend, then you got to play from wild card weekend. So it's going to be different. So it's a lot going on. But like I said, it was a lot of it was a lot of interesting games. We had overtime games. We had games that put people in positions to make the playoff. We seen the playoff position switch this week. We saw a lot of movement in the NFL this weekend, and we still got one more game. Like I said, the 49ers got to play the Panthers, and if the Panthers win, they will be the leaders of the NFC South. And no, I promise you, nobody thought that the Panthers would be even in the conversation of being the division winner of the NFC South. That's the uniqueness of this game. That's why I continuously watch it, because you just don't know, and like I said, it's any given Sunday. We're gonna hear about, like, tomorrow we're gonna hear about the Cowboys. We're gonna hear about Shedeur Sanders. We're gonna have a whole bunch of different conversations. And the funny thing is, they're not even in the playoffs, but they're gonna have these conversations about these people, because these are the intriguing situations. Can the Cowboys make the playoffs? How do you think Shedeur Sanders did? Do you think he'll get the start next week? Will the coach commit to him? How do you grade his game? He did. They're gonna critique everything, but they're not gonna talk about the things that matter, like how the Eagles lost. They're gonna say how the Eagles lost to the Cowboys because they lost to the Cowboys, right? But they gonna say that, is the Eagles in trouble? Or are they gonna say that the Colts is in trouble now that they lost? All of these questions is gonna be asked during the week, before Thursday night, before Thursday afternoon. So if you are into football, y'all better keep your ears tuned to the talk, the conversation that's going on, because there is going to be a lot to be spoken about over the next 3 days. And like I said, we ain't even finished the week off, because we still got Monday Night Football tomorrow. So the pictures will be clear for the NFC a whole lot more tomorrow. You might, like I said, you might see the Bucs out of the playoff contention, because the the Panthers could win the game and be 7-4 or 7-5, excuse me. Yeah, 7-5, and have a whole game up on them. So, we got a lot to look forward to, and then so the show tomorrow is gonna be talking about Monday Night Raw. We're gonna have the full playoff picture after the 49ers game. We're gonna talk a little basketball. And then, like I said, I'll do predictions tomorrow, even without the injury list, because I'll be moving around, running from here to there to get ready for Thanksgiving, spend time with the family. So I'll do my predictions for the week just a few days earlier, and I'm going off for humbug, because we don't know if Joe Burrow's playing. We don't know what injuries happened today. I don't know. Probably by showtime tomorrow, I can have some more information. Will Aaron Rodgers play? All of those questions will be answered. But in the meantime, I'll figure that, I'm just going to make the prediction, so that way it'll be on record by the time Sunday or Thursday afternoon comes. I'll have the 3 games picked. I'll have Friday picked, and then I'll have the rest of the week 13 picked. So, we're going to be rushing it a little bit this week. But, like I said, it's a lot of games this week. There's 4 games before Sunday. So we got a lot of work to do. So I gotta pay attention. And speaking of that, we got one more game to go. I'll post the final stats of the picks of week 12 tomorrow as well, before the show. Well, hopefully they'll be done before the show starts. Well, I'll have that up there, and you'll see who was the winner between me and the Word, and then we'll go from there. So, shout out to everybody that came through. I don't know if Word's going to be live tonight. I doubt it. I don't even know if he's still here, but we'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be back in less than 23 hours to have that conversation. Like I said, we'll be preparing for Royal Survivor Series / War Games. We'll be finishing out week 12, looking at week 13. No, you good. You good. You good. I don't know if you're going live, so, but we'll be doing all of that tomorrow. So, the scores and the recaps were brought to you by the 9%, where better you is a better us. And with that being said, Got you. Copy. So with that being said, from the Channel 9 studio, this is Mr. 33 signing off. I will be back in 23 hours. I will see you guys then. Signing off.